Well, being part of the BT Young Scientists is a huge opportunity, but it's also great as a student. I mean, you get to go and you get to chat to people who are also attendees and really network and make some friends, which is a huge thing about it. I mean, I did it for 4 years, and you did for
about 3 years.
For 3 years. So we were well experienced young scientists. But a huge part about it is just being able to have a project and being able to present it and show your workings over a whole span of a few months and show people what you've achieved.
So one of the main opportunities that I found being part of the BT Young Scientist was that you have your project and that you'll have people coming up to you, judges and lots of other people that you meet, and you have to convince them that your idea is great and that you have one of the best ideas, and that's really helpful in the future when you're trying to have a career and you have to do the same thing over and over again. You have to explain to your boss why this is great, why your idea is great. And that's what I found quite helpful in scientists. And then another aspect from it is that you meet really cool people and you meet people who are doing all sorts of cool things. And that's really useful then later in life, because you still have those friends that you made 10, 15 years ago when you were a scientist.
Yeah.
And then when you're in your career, then you know those people, and that's helpful.
Yeah. Myself and James actually met at the Young Scientist, which was great. And then we went on to the BT Business Bootcamp, which was held in the Nova Centre in UCD, and that's where we really got to bring the project to life, essentially. And that's where we got to bridge the gap between science and business. And that's where we said, you know what, when we get older, we should go ahead and start a business together. And thankfully, that's what we're actually doing. The BT Young Scientist is great for people who want to start a business or have that entrepreneurial spirit. I mean, if you think about it, the Young Scientist is you're building a project and you're going to present it and try and get people on the same wavelength that you're on. So it's the same thing in business. You have a product or a service and you're trying to go to customers and you want to sell your product or your service and get them on the same wavelength that you're on. So I guess from an entrepreneurial perspective, the link between the science and business is huge, and it can be really beneficial for students who want to take on a business.
So if we were back again, I mean, I think it would be a great honour, because it would be really great, because when we were there before, as teenagers, you see these companies there, and then it gives you a great drive to go when you're 15, 16, 17, 18, and you see these companies. It gives you a great drive to go back and do it again. So then, now being back again, it's almost like all the work that we did was kind of validated, and that we get to go back and continue on being a part of the BT Young Scientist.
Well, the Alumni Showcase gives a huge opportunity for businesses who want to kind of springboard where they are now. I mean, there's over 50,000 people that attend Young Scientists over the course of the whole competition. So it's really great to kind of increase your brand awareness and use it to really improve your audience. But also in conjunction to that, there's a lot of students that are there at the time, and they look up to the companies that are there. So to give them kind of the opportunity to see where they could be in a few years and be at the other end through the Alumni Showcase can be really great for them. Well, BetterExaminations is our company that we founded back in 2015, so it's only a year and a bit old, but basically what it is a user-friendly way for students to access past exam material and study notes. So we started back in August, but we actually met at the Young Scientists at the BT Business Bootcamp, where we worked on the same team together, and we ended up winning it. And we said, you know what, when we get into college, when we get rid of the leaving cert and all that, then we should go ahead and start a business. But basically what we do is we sell software to schools and students that allows them to access past exam material really quickly and really efficiently. And in our first year, we were able to attract over 70,000 users to our site. So now what we're doing now is we're pushing on forward, trying to get more across Ireland. We're moving into the UK and into third level as well. But that all stemmed from the BT Young Scientists, so that's why we're really grateful for it.